Do you know there is a specific visa route that allows young people from India to come to the UK and work for a period of 2 years, and it does not require work permit? So what's the catch? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, I'm Nidhi, and this is my UK Diary. The UK government has been issuing a limited number of visas under what is called a youth mobility scheme. These visas have been issued for a number of years to nationals of certain countries like New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Japan. However, as of beginning of 2023, India has been added to that list as well. There would be, from the beginning of 2023, on an yearly basis, 3,000 visas that would be granted to Indian nationals. These visas would be open twice in a year. So the first set of visas, or the first ballot, was open back in February for a period of 2 days. Around that time, about 2,400 visas were issued. The ballot would be open on the 25th of July for the remaining visas for 2023. So if you're interested in applying for this visa, I'm going to be covering it in a bit more detail in a minute. Before we go into the detail of how to apply for this visa, just to give you a bit more information on what you can and can't do if you get this visa. So this visa is for a period of 2 years. During that time, you can work. You can do almost any type of work. You can even be self-employed. There are certain conditions though if you're self-employed. You must be renting your premises. You cannot own your premises. All your equipment must be under £5,000 in value, and you cannot have any employees. So those are the main conditions if you wanted to come on this visa and be self-employed. You can study as well. However, there are some restrictions on the courses you can do while you're on this visa. What you cannot do whilst you're on this visa is, firstly, you cannot extend this visa under this category. So the initial visa would be for 2 years. You can possibly look at extending once you're here, and once your visa runs out, you can, or is close to running out, you can look at extending into, you can look at switching into a different category, but you cannot extend this visa under this particular category. You also cannot bring your family members with you under this category. So if you wanted to bring your spouse with you, for example, they will have to apply for a visa separately. They cannot apply for the same visa. So those are the key restrictions for this visa. Certain other things to consider is, once the ballot is open and you have applied, if you have been selected, you'll get a notification, and you have to apply for a visa within 30 days of getting that notification. After you've submitted your visa application, you would generally get the decision on your visa within a period of about 3 weeks. If your application is successful, you will be given a visa for up to 24 months to live and work in the UK.
So I'm going to talk you through the application process a bit more in detail. It's very straightforward process. You don't need to apply through a consultant or an agency. You can just go onto the government website and apply yourself directly. All you need to do is to go onto the gov.uk website, and I'm going to put a link in the description box below. You just go onto the website and you come to the visa application section. In here, you can see the Indian Young Professional Scheme visa ballot system. So you just click on here. There are some really important points on this page. So the topmost being this bit here that I've just highlighted. So the next ballot will open at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time on 25th of July 2023, and it will close at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time on 27th of July 2023. So basically, you have got 48 hours to apply for this visa. You cannot see the link to enter just yet, only because the link will only be available during the time stated. However, what you can do is you can check your eligibility requirements and make sure you are prepared well in advance. To just check that you are eligible for this visa, you can click on this link here, and that takes you into a different page. And this gives you all the eligibility requirements. So to be eligible to apply for the Indian Young Professional visa, you must be obviously an Indian national or citizen. You must be between the age of 18 and 30. You should not have any children under the age of 18 who live with you or who you're financially responsible for. You must have a qualification which is at least a bachelor's degree. If you click on this tab here, you can actually see all the various qualifications at different levels. So it is all available here. However, as a minimum, you must have a level 6 qualification or higher. So you can see all the level 6 qualifications here. And if you have got one of those, then you are eligible to apply for this visa. So we're just going to go back to the main page again. The other requirement that you need, or the other requirement for this visa, should I say, is you must have £2,530 in saving to support yourself in the UK. Bear in mind, you do not need to have that money in your account right now if you are selected. And again, just to remind you, the names are selected at random. So if you are selected, you will then get an invite to apply for a visa. At that stage is when you'll require to show the funds. And we'll cover that a bit more in detail in a minute. So yeah, that's basically the page where you can check all the eligibility requirements. So coming back to the money. So you must have at least £2,530 in your bank account to show that you can support yourself in the UK. The important point to remember here is that you will need to have the money available for at least 28 days in a row, out of which day 28 must be within 31 days of applying for this visa. When the link is provided on the 25th of July at 1:30 p.m., you will need to provide some information, all of which is again mentioned on this page. So you can see all the information here. So what would you need to provide? You would need to provide your name, your date of birth, your passport details, a scan or photo of your passport, your phone number, and email address. So some very, very basic information. You do need to bear in mind that although it is completely free to enter the ballot, if you do get selected and you get the email to confirm that you have been selected, you'll then have to apply for the visa. The cost for that would be £259. In addition to this cost, you would also be paying the immigration health surcharge fee. The cost for that is £624 per applicant per year. However, for this particular visa, the rate is discounted and it is £470 per year. There have been some recent changes, and the government has announced on 13th of July 2023 that they will be increasing the surcharge fee by more than 60%. So for the standard visa, it would go up from £624 per year to £1,035 per year. However, there has been no definite date given for that increase. So at the time of recording, the fee for the health surcharge for this particular visa is still £470 per year, and that would be in addition to the cost of £259 for the visa.
So there you have it. You now know what this visa is all about and how to apply for it if you were interested. If you're interested, please make sure you apply as soon as the link is available. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until my next video, take care. Bye bye.